Hey, Russell, how you doing, buddy? Welcome, welcome. Yeah, Paul Hodges is going to be just a little bit late, but not much, just a few minutes. He called me and his sister was making dinner, so he should be along here shortly. Hey, Joe America, how you doing? No AZ yet. I'm sure he'll pop in though. Here comes Justin. Yep, Captain Joe is here. So is Russell. Russell is first. Here comes Mr. Chuck Kovac. Hey, Chuck. Hey, Chuck, how's it going?
See if this works. Good.
Good. Done with work. Done with work for the day, huh?
Yeah. But I can't get my audio to kick over onto the silly Jeep again. Same old problem, man.
You sound great.
Well, that'll change as soon as the Jeep connects.
You're not promoting.
Weird. Is it gonna switch? I guess not. Now it went to my headset. So going to my glasses, which I can deal with. That's okay.
Yeah.
Barely.
So how's it now? You're off till Monday, right?
Yeah. Yeah. I'm gonna turn this off so I can like
any big plans for the weekend?
I gotta finish up and edit so I can post a video on Sunday.
Oh, okay.
Well, I gotta keep it going like every Sunday at 4:45 Eastern in the afternoon. Laura putting up, so we gotta keep.
Are you still with me? Here comes Dominic. And here comes Dre.
Hey.
Wow.
Chuck's having problems with his Jeep.
Oh no.
And the transmission.
What? Huh? What?
Yeah, you were cutting in and out, buddy.
Oh. I think it's because I switched. I was at my house. I was working remote today, so I was on Wi-Fi and I had to switch over.
No.
Hello, Dre.
Hey, Dre.
Howdy.
Morning, all.
Dre.
Good evening.
So where else am I going to share this information? I can't do it while I'm driving, but I have a how to find your congressman and what I wrote to my congressman about my concerns of support to block DJI when they're not using any real concrete evidence that they've done anything wrong. And this has to be stopped. This is important. I don't know if anybody thinks it's not important who flies a drone that's not made in the United States of America, which is most of us. Then okay, fine, find another hobby. I think it's time to stand up to these yahoos. This is important in the United States. And that's just the start of it. You know how it's going to spread, because once the yahoos over here do it, it become global. All right, I'll stop with my. It has nothing to do with any particular party.
That's your Friday rant, right?
Yeah.
It's not a rant. This is a serious concern that they're going to take the hobby away from us, and I'm not happy about it. I can't imagine you guys are like, okay.
No, I don't know anybody that's happy about it.
I'll say something.
But
Say something.
we're not so sure that the guys that are radical now, Dre has an opinion, but the guys out there, running around, the sky is falling, a little
I
bit,
don't see where it hurts.
they're a little bit
I don't
ahead
see
of
where-
this.
Stephanie, Congresswoman Stephanie, I can't pronounce her
Fanatic?
last name. Yeah, her.
Yeah.
She flat out said it.
Yeah, but she doesn't have.
I
the
wrote to her and she wrote back and she didn't even address that particular issue. She just wrote this bullshit form letter and said, oh, blah, blah,
A bit of a
blah,
copy
blah,
pasta.
blah, blah, blah. Didn't even, she was like, thanks for nothing. You blowhard. And like, seriously, nothing. It's like, look, I took the time to write a letter to you. The least you can do is actually write a letter back that's in relation to a regard of my subject matter and not some general bullshit. So
Like I said,
then
it was probably a boilerplate letter that she sends out to
Response, yeah.
folks who just send
Yeah,
her
copy and
information.
paste.
she makes way too much money to be sending out boilerplate crap, dude.
But I mean, that's it happens from every district, every state you
Yeah.
go
Sure.
through.
I'm staying on. I moved on to. I wrote back to her again, and then I found my congressman. That's my district congressman. And I'm writing to
Uh-huh.
that jackass next.
Well, what party is Stephanie?
What are you writing? your
That doesn't
comments
matter.
about?
That
Yeah,
doesn't
yes,
matter.
Yes, it does. It's got to go through the House, and the House is Republican. The
Oh
Senate.
no, I meant
Democrat.
no. Okay, I understand what you're saying, but I'm saying from this level, I don't want to make it any more. It's because we have to deal with an elected official that it's political, but I don't want to make it party sense political. I'd rather just keep it, whoever it is, reach out to your congressperson and ask them what their stance is on this, and
Yeah.
say that your vote hinges upon their stance, kind of thing. That's what I think. Maybe I'm just freaking out for no reason, but I figure, you're messing with something that's really important to me. It's something that's made me really happy for the last 5 years I've been flying. It makes me very happy. And they're messing with not just my happiness, but the happiness of a lot of people and the livelihoods of a lot of people like you, Dre, that actually fly 107 and do work
Right.
and make money with a drone. They're literally
And
stealing
and
money
like
out of
Paul
your
was
pocket.
saying, Chuck, I get your point, and it's very valid. But like I tell everybody yesterday, I don't know if you're aware of what's going on in New York City, to where they're trying to create either another bureaucracy of steps to be able to fly, because if you don't, you won't be, if you get caught taking off or landing within basically the 5 boroughs of New York, you could be subject to a fine. And I said, that's very harsh.
Yes.
And I look at that and I said, that's why I tell people, in a way, I'd rather look at the federal level, because they're gonna have to pass mustard through all 3 branches.
Agreed.
Okay. When you're talking about this local stuff, like what New York City's trying to do, that stuff can get slam dunked through a city council, and it's there. There's no court to review it to see if it's constitutional or anything. It's just there. And that's what gets my concern. Cause like I was telling yesterday with these guys, that when you start having states, counties, townships, whatever else, cities starting to come up with their own policies and rules and regulations, then it's a worse quagmire of knowing if you can fly or not.
Yeah. Yep.
That's why I say, if this is something that's going to happen, I need to happen at the highest level. So I have recourses. Like you said, that's when I will say, okay, do I need to go to Washington, D.C.? Do I need to call my congressman or senator, state senator, to have my input? Because I mean, that's an easy way to do it, because I know who to contact. I don't know who to contact when I travel over to the next county or the next city next to mine, who do I got to contact for every other place that I got to
I-
cross into
yeah.
to work?
To fly, to find out
Yeah.
if you can fly.
Right.
It's a cluster, man. It's a
Yeah. And
cluster.
that's why I said that's my fear. You know, as a 107 pilot, if there's a set of rules I got to abide by, let it be one set of rules. Don't let me have to just worry about rules every township I cross into or whatever. I got to worry about who I got to talk to, who I got to call, or who I got to get a permit from.
Hey, Paul.
Hey, Paul.
But just like I was telling people before,
Hey.
hey, Mr. Hodges, I was telling people before, I said, I told people, I said, cities are getting smart about this stuff. And they know they can pass little laws as far as takeoff and landing, which
19.
essentially just grounds you.
Yes.
You know, I said, you can't get in the airspace if you can't take off, you know, and land. I got a call.
Unless you can find some loophole, Dre, like how
Right.
you take off and land. If you hand catch and hand launch, does that constitute a takeoff or a landing? It can
Well,
get
we were
pretty
talking,
complicated.
well, Dre, we were talking about that yesterday. That's possible. I wouldn't put it past New York just to ban the product itself at this point,
That's
the
an
way
easier
they're going.
attack. It's an easier
Yeah,
attack.
well, you know, they can go that route, but like I said, I wrote my comment to the city of New York. Lawrence put it out there, and I said a
Yeah.
comment to them because now you're talking about restricting or creating a larger bureaucracy than what we already have through the FAA, and you're affecting commerce.
Eileen.
You're affecting your film industry. You're affecting
Hey.
other small businesses that do rely upon the use of drone technology.
Yeah. I mean, a lot
Like
of
I say,
movies
that-
are
so now
filmed
you
in New
want
York
you want to
City.
cause your film industry to have to leave the city of New York to go film somewhere else?
They don't think about that.
Well, no, I just said they don't think on that a larger scale because they don't understand how large the drone industry has grown over the last 20 years altogether, and especially
they'd
the last
rather-
7 years.
Dre, I guess they'd rather that the film industry went back to flying helicopters at low altitude around the city of New York to get their shots.
Yeah, well, that they may think that, but see, now you're
That's so
talking
much
about.
safer, right?
Well, no, it's not about safety. This has nothing to do with safety. It's not even about safety.
Look, I'm taking the piss a little bit, but
Yeah.
I'm just saying that.
You know, well, I'm just saying that because
It's
now you're affecting the
irritating.
bottom line of whatever production company is trying to get work done.
Mhm.
Okay, because now you got to take what's the cost factor for Netflix to come in your area to do a season worth of work in your town, than them to go to someone else's. They're not going to be want to hire out a helicopter for every little bit of B-roll that they're going to take. That's all drone work is. The helicopters ever was just basically getting B-roll.
Oh yeah, 100%. And that's the beauty of the drone. It can be done
Mhm.
faster,
Right.
cheaper, and safer.
Right. Yeah.
Yeah.
So that's what I'm saying. I said you're affecting other industries that you're not even considering. And you know, I've heard some other comments from folks who actually live in New York that, you know, they're all about, oh, they're saving the airspace for the deliveries business and everything else. But I said, well, no matter who it is, they're going to have to get it, either issue out a permit for that operation and so forth. 'Cause like our thing is, you're just trying to control hobbyists and local 107 pilots from doing those small jobs, whatever. Because like I said, we talk about the film industry. You're talking about construction industry. These things, infrastructure, your inspectors, all these folks who have used drone technology at some level or another, you're impacting their ability to get these jobs done.
That's
Yeah,
right.
group construction.
Search and
But did
rescue,
you,
you name it, everything.
Did you see that, was it about a week ago? What's his name there? Him and another guy were at a park and they were flying, you know, Ken Aaron. Yeah.
Mhm.
You see that one?
Yeah, that was I'm trying to be very polite here. That could have been handled a lot differently. I felt if Keith would have been a little more open to what the officer had to say.
Yeah, he
Keith
kept
jumped
cutting him
on the defensive side of the fence as soon as the officer walked up and just asked him who he was.
Yeah.
First thing he wanted to
Yeah,
say,
that was a
I'm
mistake.
flying within the FAA rule. I said, you know what? The officer didn't ask you that. The officer asked you who are you and were you flying? All you, it's two simple answers. My name is Keith so-and-so, and yes, I am flying. Is there a problem? And the
Right.
officer would continue on and say, yes, our city ordinance says that you cannot fly from a public park space. End of discussion.
Right.
He kept going to go back and forth, talking about, I'm legal, I'm this, I'm that. And I said, all you're doing is pissing the officer off.
Yeah,
Yeah, I mean, it's not, yeah, maybe, yeah, at that point, the officer, if you could ask him, say, no disrespect, officer, but could you help me? I mean, where do I go to find information on the ordinance? So
And the
I can-
officer was trying to
but
get
I will
there, but
stop
Keith was
flying and
cutting him
I'll land
off.
immediately.
Keith was
Sorry.
cutting him off at every corner, talking about, well, I'll just go down the street and fly over the park anyway. I said, the officer didn't even say anything about that part of it. Let him
No.
get to what he's trying to tell you. Because I like I said, I've been on that side of the fence. And like I said, I used to get business cards thrown out the window. Oh, my husband works for LAPD. I said, well, when you get this ticket, you take it home to him and he'll explain to you about being unprofessional. I said, don't dictate me what I'm going to do before I do something. You know, and that gets on their cop skin quicker than anything else when you try to dictate him what he's going to do before he's even said two words to you.
yep,
You know, and that's why I try to tell with that situation with Ken Herron and Keith out there. I said, if Keith would just shut his mouth for the most part, let the officer tell him what the ins and outs are, then you could have said, you know, Keith already gave him his ID and stuff. So he got your ID. He knows you're a Part 107 pilot. So you've been being knowledgeable about the airspace is not a question. He was telling, once again, we're talking about takeoff and landing rules. And that's what I was saying about cities are getting smart about putting these policies in place to limit the amount of flights that have been taken care of by hobbyists and Part 107 pilots.
well, you also have to wonder, Dre, how
Mhm.
the average officer out in the field understands the whole system, like what is a 107 pilot?
Right.
What
and
what
that's
can
what
they
I'm
do?
saying.
Can't-
Keith was trying to badger the guy talking about, you don't know what you're talking about. Well, the guy says, I know what the city's talking about,
Yep,
and
Okay.
I'm charged with enforcing those laws.
I'm representing the city, yep,
That's
Yeah,
right.
like because he said, I even checked with, before he approached him, right?
Right. The guy said, I even checked with my lieutenant who checked with, you know, they said, yo, this is the laws in our city. So I'm saying he's coming from the city's position, and you're talking about what the FAA tells you what you can do and can't do. So
Hey,
I'm
Dre,
like,
did you, get that link I sent you about that Tiny Hope project?
yeah, I saw it. I saw it yesterday when you posted it.
Oh, okay, okay.
Yeah, I saw it. Yeah, like a nice little project they're gonna do.
Yeah,
But yeah, I get what you're doing, Chuck. Though you know, it just I'm trying to look at the big picture myself and say, you know what, I'd rather fight the fight, just like with what's the guy's name, Ryan Laureate goes around.
yeah,
I'd rather fight the small cities and keep them from putting these ridiculous restrictions in place than the federal level. 'Cause I know the federal level is going to have to go to several levels of, I would say, review. Okay, this proposed law may not make it out of committee. It may not get enough votes off the bat. And then, like I say, legally, does it infringe upon our constitutional rights to operate, exercise, whatever it may be, they dig up as the law dictates.
Yep.
So I mean, there's certain levels that it has to jump through those hoops at the federal level. I said the local level, dude, it could be a city council meeting, and next you know, bam, you got a new law in town.
well, do they have to post it when they present a new law or a proposal for a new law?
Yeah, they have, we call the Brown Act here in the United States, which means you have to, all you gotta do is post a public notice of a hearing, I think 5 or 7 days prior to. And you know what, Paul? It doesn't mean they're gonna mail it to your house. All they gotta do is post it on the public doors of
Yeah.
the city hall, and that's it. And I'll ask in this chat, how many folks go by City Hall and see what's on the agenda for the next council meeting?
Or
Nobody.
post it on some city website nobody looks at.
Yeah,
Oh, they
right.
won't even
See?
do that. What Dre
and
pointed
that
out
way
is the way
they have
they'll do it.
they have met the requirements for your Brown Act and stuff. So like I say, 9 times out of 10, you have a few folks who actually pay attention to certain things and read that calendar. And like anything else, at a local or state level, you will have these things snuck in under something else. It may come under some other name, and next you know, it's added into it.
Yeah,
Like I said, the local stuff is my biggest concern.
the special sauce.
Yeah, that's about what it is, special sauce.
Here comes
the-
special sauce
good stuff.
himself, Tim Jackson.
Hey,
Oh,
Yeah, I saw Tim.
how you doing?
How you doing?
Yeah, lighten it up, cause I started it kind of heavy, and then
Yeah.
Dre's keep going on a more
Dre,
civil level.
Dre is smoothing the road.
yeah.
He is. It's me.
I'm just trying
me,
to make sure we pick the right fight.
extreme.
That's all I said. I gotta
I'm
pick the
going
right
right to
fight.
go right to the top, man. That's my
Yeah.
your direction's good. I'm going right when this broad gets something out there on the internet that's
Oh.
widespread far and wide.
Oh.
I'm going to that source. That's the root cause of my problem. I'm going after her.
Yeah, cause I have a young kid that he started off as a counter tech for our city. Then now this kid was smart. He graduated University of Oregon, engineering degree, started as a low level counter tech, became an inspector. Now he's a building official up in some small town in Northern California. And and he had an incident. He fell off a roof, doing a roof
Mm.
inspection. I think end of last year, early this year.
David?
And
Oh, David.
Evening.
and the first thing I asked him
Mhm.
about, I said his name is O'Connell. And I said, what could you have done safer to conduct that inspection? And he knows I do drones and 107 something like that. And he says, yeah, I know where you're going. I said, I'm a believer now. Now that I fell off a roof, literally almost paralyzed myself. And he's barely, I don't think he's even 30 years old yet. And he said, I get it now that, using a drone could have saved my life and my
Yeah.
life. And I still would accomplish the mission at hand and everything. But now he's at that level, he's trying to sell his city council on the use of drones. Now their concern is the liability insurance of the city authorizing drone usage.
Mhm.
And I told him, I said, you want me to drive up there? He's about 4 hours north of me. I said, I'd be more than happy to drive up there, do a presentation for your city council and whoever I have to, and let them know the ins and outs of what the drone uses is. And me being a safety officer, I can also take on the hat as talking about the risk management side as far as liability, because everybody's concern is privacy.
Yeah.
What happens if the neighbor next door gets all weirded out and excited about a drone flying up in the air? I said, well, it's no different. We're out there doing any type of infrastructure work. People get upset when we repair roads because what? Now traffic's all bottled up and I got to go an alternative route. But everybody's happy when it's all done.
Yeah.
And
Mhm.
that's why I tell them, I
It's
said,
true.
it's not about the process. It's about getting to the end result. The process, yeah, you're going to be a little inconvenienced and we can notify you. And that's what I told them. I said, about what's the limitation? I said, well, you notify the neighbors on either side, whatever the work, when they pave a street, they usually put up little no parking signs on every little pole and tree along the street to make sure nobody parks there. So they're going to do a slurry seal of the street or something like that. So they want nobody parking on it. Same thing. You notify the immediate neighborhood that there will be drone operations, just like I know Edison does it where I live at. Once in a while, we might get an email saying they're going to be doing periodic inspections, and the use of drones or helicopters may be involved in that. That's my notification right there and stuff. So, different things to look at.
Yeah. I'm gonna have to drop off soon.
You gotta go pick up Miss Lori.
Pick up Lori.
We have
Mhm.
to. Yeah, traffic's really screwed up in the city. It's a little city, of course, but it's really messed up. So I'll have to focus on once I get her focused on driving and stuff. Because
So Paul, guess what's coming?
What?
what's coming?
Fresh strawberries on those little shortcakes. with Cool Whip.
Oh,
Oh, it's almost strawberry season here. Yep.
Yeah,
Yep.
but it's just
Like
starting
another-
here. I went and got some fresh strawberries and those cakes and some Cool Whip. So Diane's working on it right now.
Oh, no Cool Whip, man. Get freaking heavy cream and add some sugar and whip that stuff up fresh. I mean, if you're getting the fresh berries, man, go all in, baby.
Hey, Jody's in the house. All right.
Where did Justin and Tim go?
Oh, you got to be kidding me. Here's obstacle number one. They've shut down this block of Jesus. This is
Yeah.
the process, Dre. I'm involved with the process now. They're in the process
Uh-huh.
of getting diverted.
Yeah, but think about the end result though.
Yeah.
Yeah, they'll shut down another section of the road tomorrow and I'll have the same problem. Oh my God. And you got people 2 lanes wide coming. Oh, you gotta be kidding me. I'm not liking the process.
Mm.
The fuck, man. My turn. Jackass. So
Mhm.
sorry.
Yeah, I was reading
Process.
Captain Joe's thing about his son. Somebody in the crowd try to act like they inadvertently bumped his son, and they know they did it on purpose and talking trash at the same time. I'm like, I guess I remember the days when I worked the street, and I tell folks I'm one of the most easygoing cops I was out there. But once you push the A button, I'm the only one who turns it off. And that's all there is to it.
Yes.
I mean, I've worked with officers that have that chip on their shoulder, telling them I'm the cop and you're not. And I have wound up in front of a deputy chief's desk and stuff, getting my ass chewed behind something I didn't even do. So like I say, I try to treat people the way I want to be treated when I was out there in the streets. But like I say, once they push the button, that's all it takes.
Yep.
Yes, sir.
'Cause I always tell them, I say, you know what, end of the day, I'm going home. Your situation might be questionable. And I say, one for Ken trying to interject himself in a situation, Keith might have got handcuffed and detained for a while.
Spend a night in Crowbar Hotel.
Yeah, I don't know if they would. I don't know if they would. Like I say, you can always tell somebody, I want to handcuff you for my own safety and put you in the back of the car until I go
Fair
through the rest. Cause like I said, if he had a vehicle out there, I'd have combed through his vehicle in a heartbeat, dude.
And then you can't contact the sergeant or the lieutenant, right?
Oh yeah, I said, oh yeah, we're gonna go this route.
Not worth fighting them.
And like I said, any good officer who knows this stuff, you'll always find a violation on the vehicle.
Oh,
You'll always find something.
Mhm.
So like I say, you can talk about, okay, now that I've done what I want to do, you may have to find a ride to get home because we're going to keep your vehicle. Or worst case, press hard 3 copies, have a good day, and here's your citation.
exactly.
So it's just, my thing is, it's not just with police officers, it's how you talk with anybody out there,
Yeah, I didn't respect.
You run into citizens out there, you run into, like for me, I
You
run
gotta
into
give respect
site
to get
superintendents
Yeah.
and stuff. And that's why I say, first thing I whip out, here's my business card, and this is who I'm working for. And that, 9 times out of 10, I said, I'm working for your bosses. Even when I was out in the desert last week, had folks going by, is that your drone? Yeah, and then I'll give you a thumbs up. That's cool. I said, okay, thank you.
I remember one job I was out doing real estate, doing pictures out of house. This old lady was pushing another one in a wheelchair going down the road.
And they got his
Is
truck.
it okay if we stop and watch? I said, well,
Yeah.
right here, then you're not in the picture, right?
Right. Yeah.
Yeah.
I would say majority of people are just curious on what you're doing because it's something that they don't see every day.
Yeah.
And that's why I say,
We run into one Karen in about 3 years, so.
yeah, like I said, I've only, like I said, I have not ran to a full blown Karen. I know some people who start off on that foot, and then I kind of, break it down to them, and
Yeah.
as they say, lower temperature. And once they figure out who I am, I can explain who I am, what I do, who I'm working for. Then they kind of like back off.
Well, I didn't get in hot and heavy with her, but she
Yeah.
just said, well, you're not supposed to allow them, you're not allowed to fly them here in the city, only in the country. And I said, well, ma'am, hate to tell you you're wrong, but I said, no, you can fly them here. I'm doing commercially, and I'm licensed. My drone is also certified by Transport Canada. Well, I don't think it's right and she goes storming off, right?
Yeah,
So,
that's when you find out what's going on. When she said, I don't think it's right. I said, well, this is not about opinions.
yeah.
Because I mean, the jobs I do, like when I was doing all those Home Depots about a month ago, I was at 14 Home Depots. Out of the 14 I did, I must have ran to about at least a store manager over half of them. Store manager came out because somebody saw the drone and said, hey, didn't I say I'm doing this for your headquarters? And
Yeah.
they walked back in the store.
Well, he probably was a bit pissed off. Why didn't headquarters tell him you were coming out, you know?
Yeah, well, and see, that's the part that gets me this is why you know you're dealing with kind of shaky people when they tell you, oh, don't contact the inhabitants of the property. I'm like, wait a minute here. Are you getting me in a situation that I may have to
Be the bad guy.
work with
Yeah.
myself with people? I'm like, no. You let them know I'm coming and this is going to be happening on this date around this time.
Yeah.
So I don't have to deal with no people that I shouldn't have to deal with.
Yeah.
Because you get a lot of people like that, especially real estate folks. Like, so, oh, I need you to go out and do this and that. I said, it's the property inhabited. Yeah, but don't bother. I said, no. That's not going to work. Not going to work.
Well, I got into I didn't know if I was getting into a situation or not today, but I was taking a sign out over on Penn Hill. And I pulled the sign out. This guy standing there, hey, how you doing? You know, like,
Mhm.
hey, come on over here. I was over there
Yeah.
talking, shooting the shit with. He's about 3/4 lit. He's the owner of the house. And this is noon. Like, I mean, it was the crack of noon.
Yeah.
He's 3 sheets to the wind. Well, he had to go in and show me the whole house, and this used to be his mom's house, and and he's
Yeah.
carrying on, and we're sitting there. I must have shot the shit with him for 3/4 of an hour.
Yeah.
Yeah,
That
yeah,
and you try to be polite and and everything. And you think to yourself, I need to be getting out of here. I got better things to do.
he
Oh,
gave
he
me
gave you a $20 bill.
a $20 bill.
Wow,
You
that's
dated,
nice
that
of him.
woman don't exist.
Well, at least he paid for your time.
Yeah. I didn't know. Holy crap! What's this guy doing? Come on, get your drink.
Yeah.
Well, probably, Paul, you served, not only did you, they're working on the sign work, you did him a big favor by listening to him. I would imagine he listens to him.
Yeah, well.
Yeah.
I heard he's not too happy with the agent, but
Mm.
anyway, oh yeah, he was telling me, showing me all the decks that houses got and all the rooms, and yeah. But
David, you there?
he likes to gamble, I guess. But he flies all over the place, and he buys houses and stuff like that too. And apparently, he's well to do, right?
Mhm.
So
David, are you there?
Yeah, I'm here.
Okay, you just
Being
I thought I
quiet.
saw you.
I can't get a word in because of Dominic.
Yeah.
well, kind of wondering your birds aren't moving.
Yeah,
Yeah, we
Dominic
couldn't hear
does
any
the-
birds in the background.
Dominic does dominate the show.
Yeah.
What do you want, Jet?
What happened to Justin and Tim?
Who
And
knows?
chat. They've all disappeared.
Yeah. Well, Tim, Justin, he's not big on goodbyes, right?
Yeah.
Come on, let's go.
That's a shame because the UK is very big on goodbyes today.
No. No, I don't. No. Okay.
The famous bitch of MPs, Nadine Dorris, has gone. She
Mhm.
quit, resigned. See you laters.
I read that.
And then following this evening, her, let's just say, best buddy,
hmm
the king of COVID parties, Boris Johnson, has also gone.
Where did he go?
He quit, resigned.
Well, I thought he got another spot after he resigned from prime minister.
Yeah, he became basically falls back to being an MP.
Oh, okay.
But tonight, before the report was due to be released,
hmm
and so much news this weekend, apparently, he's gone. I'm out of here.
Mm.
And he's attacked his own government, his own party.
Well,
Mm.
that's
I mean,
Interesting.
the new prime minister has had a full bashing tonight.
Wow. Now, the one that was just, you said I guess the last recent prime minister stepped down also?
No, Richie Sunak's still in.
Okay, yeah, I just thought that,
Is
okay.
Liz Truss still there?
Oh, she's a backbencher now. She's
Okay.
somewhere.
Yeah, because now, who just came to America the other day?
Richie Sunak.
Okay, is he the mayor of London or is he the prime minister now?
No, he's the prime minister.
Okay, yeah, I thought I saw him on TV. I'm like,
The
okay.
Belen.
When you said somebody stepped down, like, wait a minute, I just saw a guy on TV
Yeah.
with that
Him and
British
Biden.
accent.
Right, you've had so many prime ministers in a short time. Everybody's getting confused.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. I'm trying to. It's
Well,
almost as bad
let's
as
just
stuff on
say,
here sometimes.
If Boris Johnson and his co-resigners carry on with the bashing and dropping out bombshells,
Yeah.
I think we may have a new prime minister in the next couple of weeks.
Like,
No, not another one.
Just what we need, another prime minister. Let's just hope this time it's through an election. So
No,
we
let
can
it-
get rid of the corrupt ones and get a genuine one.
Yeah, because it's 2:30. He left.
Yeah, because if you keep, as of, if you change prime ministers, or if you change anybody in that sitting part, there has to be a by-election or
Now,
respective
over
to do
here,
that.
if the prime minister steps down, he
Yeah.
goes back into the back benches.
Yeah.
But the party in power
Yeah.
then picks a new leader and they become the prime minister.
Well, we-
Unless
Yeah.
the,
We had,
unless the royal family turn around and say, hell no, 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 no. And they don't do that, unfortunately.
Well,
'Cause
here,
I would
Canada-
love to be in Buckingham Palace when the new leader goes in, says, I would like to form the new government for the British Empire. And Charles goes, who knew? One don't think so. Fuck off.
Yeah.
well, here in Canada, we have a deputy prime minister. So the main prime minister goes, it goes to the deputy prime minister.
Yeah, yeah.
Yeah, we have a deputy prime minister, but do we know who that is? No, because that changes as much as the prime minister changes.
And if you're in the US, you got to put up with Kamala Harris.
See,
I think that's the ongoing fear in the U.S. Paul.
the business. to
Everybody
be-
talks about Biden, but they say, well, he's got to make it at least to the end of his term so Kamala can't become president.
Yeah.
See, over here, the best
Yeah,
business
GOP
to be
fears her.
is the government removal services
Mm.
because they're in and out of Downing Street with them
Yeah.
vans all the
Yeah.
time.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Every time the phone rings, they're like, "Who's resigned now?"
Yeah. Yeah, that's what always get me. People all complain about Biden, but they don't want Biden to die. They don't want him to get sick or anything else until he's actually voted out of office because they do not want to deal with Kamala Harris.
Nope.
See,
Well, it
that
don't
woman,
look like it's going to be
that
Trump.
woman is vicious. He don't play no games.
Well, it don't look like Trump's going to get in next election. If our news is to be believed.
I think Trump's more concerned about being a free man by the time next election comes around.
So,
That's about
so who
18 months.
becomes vice president if Kamala goes into presidency?
She'll be able to pick somebody to replace her.
Oh, she can pick that? Because
Yeah,
originally they said that Nancy crap, she was getting in.
No, that's not an auto.
I
mean,
believe
The Speaker of the House.
that only comes into play if the president, vice president, or like say in an accident or something like that, they're incapacitated. Then you would go through the line of
they're supposed to
succession.
travel apart, aren't they?
Mr.
That's why I do
JRC.
travel apart
Yeah.
for that reason. So if something happened to both of them, then you would go to the Speaker of the House, would be the one that would come the president,
Yeah.
which would be Kevin McCarthy.
Yeah.
Yeah, but I mean, the GOP is definitely afraid of Kamala Harris because they say, I've seen her debate people and she don't pull no punches.
The next question has to be:
Straight for the throat.
what level does your American diplomatic king of speech, Justin, get in? I believe
I'm not
he's somewhere in the
following.
line for prime minister. Or presidents are the same.
Well, like I said, the Speaker of the House is the third person in line, and then it goes to the cabinet. I'm not sure who gets first pull, but then it goes
Well,
to the
David's
cabinet.
trying to throw one at Justin Stickley.
Yeah, I reckon Justin could do a good job.
As long as they got a burrito truck.
PRC.
Yeah, that'd be in the motorcade, wouldn't it? A burrito truck.
Yeah, burrito truck or a taco truck,
Yeah.
right behind the presidential limo.
New addition to Air Force One.
There's Vader sitting on your
Yeah.
lap.
Who's that, Vader? Who's that? Who's that? Where's Kitty? There a kitty? Look at the tail going.
Hey, JRC.
Look at the tail going. What's Kitty?
How's he doing with the magnetic door?
He'll come in. Can't get him to go out in it yet, but he'll come in.
Hmm.
I don't know. I haven't got him to go outside yet, but he don't go out as often as what Gracie does. In fact, I hear that frickin' thing swinging all the time with Gracie. Boys, that ever saved me getting up and down all the time. Like even the other night, I was upstairs playing with the trains. When she comes, oh, hey, how you doing? You want to come in, did you? But I tell you, when I start packing things on a Friday afternoon, I got two dogs that are no more than a foot from me.
Well, guys, this morning, I got a doctor's appointment, and then the delivery guy decided to come at exactly the same time as my doctor's appointment, but won't leave outside the door, so I had to wait for that. So I went to the doctor's, and the doctor saw me late, and he went, "You've got a problem on the right side of your body." I was like, "Yeah, tell me something I didn't know." And then he said, "Are you breathing okay?" I went, "Oh, I've got a bit of a tight chest." He went, "You're having a stroke."
What?
I was like, "I think I would know if I'm having a stroke." Yeah. Before I even got a chance to do anything, I was whipped out of the doctor's office to another room, thrown onto a bed, and had this nurse whacking wires all over me. Turns out I wasn't having a stroke. But but they actually think my right lung has been deflated for years.
Hmm.
Okay.
All these years I've been having x-rays, and they go, "No, there's nothing wrong." They now actually think it's been completely deflated when I got stabbed in 2003.
Hmm.
So I've been living on one lung.
Huh.
Which will explain why COVID has really kicked my ass.
Hmm.
So I've got to have another x-ray. And if it is deflated and it ain't damaged, they're going to
I'll
do
take a look.
some keyhole surgery and then try and reinflate it.
I got a little Vader.
I know, just sit up on her hind legs.
He
What
does
the hell?
that all the time. Yeah.
Hey, Vader. How you doing, buddy?
Well done.
Peter. What are you doing? Huh? You good boy?
You know what? It'd be great if you could have him turned and facing the computer. Just sat there like that, tapping away.
Hey, Paul, won't you get? I'd like to hear some words from Lenny if you can get her to chime in.
Lenny. She usually doesn't come on, but I keep telling her to come on with her voice. But what I can
Yeah, I
do
just want to hear what, because I with all these charges that came out today, I want to get her view on those, because I know she understands them explicitly.
Is this the Trump charges?
Yes.
What, the Mr. Trumped up charges?
I have to tell you this, Mr.
Yeah,
Hodges.
I'm going to be honest.
This is what I
the
call
ones that
the ultimate level of self-inflicted pain.
Some of them that have been on our news, I can understand. You know, like the top secret documents about world's nuclear missiles being left on a stage with next to an open door. Yeah, that's a bit bad.
there.
But at the end of the day, if he's allowed certain documents, then
Dre-
sure all presidents take some home.
Well, that's where I would say the misconception or misinformation comes from is that, they put out there, president has this broad authority to declassify things, but I've been trying to tell people, I said, he has authority to declassify, but there is a procedure / protocol one must go through to declassify certain documents. And there are other documents at a certain level, like nuclear documents, that a president can't even declassify if he wanted to. That's at a congressional level. So a lot of people are hung up on that part right there. That's why I wanted Lenny
Hey,
to
Lenny,
kinda
what you,
chime
why
in,
don't you
because
come
I
on the
know
panel, but
he
leave
has
the
a
camera
better understanding
just
on
for a
these
minute.
different levels of classifications and who can
Because
classify
Dre wants
what
to hear from you.
else can't
Okay,
be
bye.
classified.
Okay, Dre, Lenny's gonna come on just with her
Okay.
voice.
And that's what I'm saying. I know she's worked in those environments. And I mean, I
Oh, yeah,
had the privilege of having a
she's
high
well
level
versed in everything
clearance.
that's wrong with federal government, that's for sure.
yeah.
JRC, thanks, but don't worry. I'm fine. I've lived with it for long enough. If it's true,
Yeah.
you just
Hey,
have to
Miss Lynn.
whoa.
Oh, we even got picture today. We
Yeah,
special.
Yeah.
She's gonna shut that off pretty quick. There you go.
you have to mute your YouTube.
Yeah.
Gotta turn off my phone.
No, the phone is, oh, you're on the computer. Okay,
Yes.
okay.
How are you, young lady?
Man, one day at a time, Dre.
That's all we can do. One
That's
day at a
all I
time.
can do now. I'm telling you.
Yeah. So I was just trying to put my little 2 bits of information on classifying, declassifying documents. And I know that's something you have dealt with over your time and the work you've done. So I think you may probably be the most informed person in this room to let us know some of the protocols and procedures.
Well, I personally don't think that they are abiding by the protocols and the procedures anymore. Back
Mhm.
in my day, it was extremely hard to get your clearance to have
Mhm.
access to that type of information. And they went to the ends of the earth to do your background investigation to deem whether you were trustworthy or not, depending upon the clearance they wanted you to have.
Mhm.
Right.
Now, today, it's not like that at all. They're giving clearances out left and right. And I don't think they are properly checking these people anymore.
Mm.
And that's why we've had so many problems with intelligence.
Yeah. Yeah, because when I had mine when I was in the military, I had to go through a extensive background check, and then it's almost like you get this clearance, and it's almost like you get to see some information. It's kind of like I wish I could unsee what I've seen.
Absolutely. And like we had to sign non-disclosure statements, stuff like
Right.
that. And hell, even my poor grandma, who was almost 100 years old, even though she was born in Brighton, England, when they did my reinvestigation, they would go to her apartment and just drive her crazy, scare the living bejesus out of her. She thought they was going to deport her. And
Mm.
finally,
Mm.
I had to step up and say, leave my grandmother alone. Go talk to my father. My grandmother is no threat to national security in any way, shape, or form. She's almost 100
Right.
years old. Leave her
Mhm.
alone. And of course, then they went after my dad because he worked at the post office. Then
Right.
they went after my little brother because he was new to the Army as a medic up at Wainwright in Alaska.
Right.
I don't think that they do an extensive investigation like they used to.
Yeah, like I said, I think it's because of the broad latitude of certain elected officials. They can just say, "Well, I need my buddy here needs a clearance. Make it happen," and that's how it gets done nowadays.
Right. And not only that, they are not holding the investigators accountable anymore either.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I mean,
But
the quality-
someday, like a person like the president, okay? He's got classified document. Well, he knows what's on those documents anyways.
He doesn't
Well,
read.
it depends.
he
It's
doesn't
Biden. He
read
doesn't
them.
know what's on the document, but
He has
Yeah.
no idea he does not read them. He just does what they tell him to do.
Oh,
Hmm.
Biden, yeah.
That's it. And there's a, giving these people clearance when they don't really need it. They just say, okay, well, he's in this position, so he should have a clearance. I don't give a damn in what position you're in. Either you need it or you don't. And if you
Hmm.
don't, then they shouldn't be handing them out.
Mm-hmm.
Well said.
No,
Yeah, because when they started going through the documents of one of the little news shows I saw today, and I saw that this other guy's name was on there besides Trump, and I'm thinking, who is this guy? And come to find out, this guy was the valet at the White House.
Yeah, but
Hmm.
they're giving him access to crap he shouldn't have access to.
Well, that's my whole point. He's the valet
Yeah.
at the White House, and he's been handling top secret documents. And then when Trump left, Trump kept him on as a aide down in Mar-a-Lago, and he's the one that, and basically he's the one that rolled over on him.
yeah.
The pictures that a lot of people saw today, they were pictures off of his phone.
Well, I don't think you can trust any of them swinging, what's in there.
Yeah,
I really don't.
Hmm.
Honestly,
so I mean, it's
We
just
gotta have
like you
justice.
said,
Man.
like you're
Good
saying,
evening,
you have
Justin.
people who
Justin
who are
back.
not wasn't vetted properly. They don't know the I would say the seriousness of what they're dealing with. And
absolutely.
they just take it for granted. Well, it's no big deal. I'm like, it is a major deal. And that's why I tell people, I said, these charges that they're putting up against President Trump, these are no laughing charges. When they
No,
talk
they're
about
serious.
the Espionage Act, that's up there with Snowden, the guy who did his busted a couple weeks ago, who got his hands on some documents, but same thing again, because his superiors were not watching what he was doing.
Right.
All this, everybody's so lax and giving people access to areas they should never have access of,
I agree
Mm.
100%.
you know?
The old thing that they used to tell us, you don't have a need to know. Well, let
Yeah.
me tell you, those of us who've been in those positions, we didn't want to know any more than what we already knew. We knew better.
Yep. And
We
like
knew
I said, it's real bad because I mean, during the time I was in, my mother was doing a lot of trips to the Middle East.
So they'd
And-
be questioning her.
Right. And the thing with that is I couldn't tell her anything directly. All I could do is say, Mom, don't go this year. Because she used to go almost like every summer.
Right.
Now this all I could tell her is just don't go this year. She say, why? I said, I can't tell you why. Just don't go this year.
Right. When, because they bounded in our heads, we couldn't go. They don't want
Right.
us over there. There's,
Yeah.
travel advisories. They're serious about those things. But, a lot of people just blow them off and they're going to do
Right.
whatever the hell they want to do.
Yep.
And they don't think it applies to them. They don't think
Right.
it applies to them. And nothing's going to happen to them.
Right.
Well, I got news for you. Just if you think it's not, wait 5 minutes and you're in for a surprise.
Yeah. And that's why people are shocked at me. They said, you spent, 9 years in the Marine Corps and
Oh,
you have no
yeah.
tattoos. I said, I wasn't allowed to get tattoos.
Sorry.
No, me neither, because
Later.
you know why.
Because of the sensitive nature of the work that I did as part of an anti-terrorism unit, they didn't want us to be identified by any markings on our body.
No, and they didn't want us going to demonstrations or
Right.
anything like that,
Yep.
And it's just like, I can remember when leaving the Pentagon, my ID, how we wear it in
Mhm.
the Pentagon. The minute you come through those doors, it better be in your damn shirt.
Yep.
Even though you're in uniform,
Hmm.
they don't know where you actually work unless
Right.
you've got that on, because the background in your picture is a telltale sign of what your level is.
Yes.
If people don't get that, they don't get it. They don't take it serious anymore, Dre, and it just makes me question all the years that I put in and what I did and what was it for,
Yeah.
Well, the other thing that has changed is people running around with cell phones in their pockets, taking pictures of sensitive material and don't think anything of it.
Yeah. Well, like I said, the young kid up in upper state, was it New York, Boston, or wherever he's at? He was just trying to show off online to his little friends. You know?
Yeah, well, But
He's
then-
just trying to be a big shot.
back
Most
in
of
our day,
these
we didn't
people-
have to worry about the cell phone problem.
Well, I remember that guy got in trouble with picture of the inside of a nuclear sub.
Yeah, well, they always like the missile sites. Nobody was supposed to be talking about that or taking pictures of any kind of those.
Mhm.
But you always got that one jerk that thinks he's not going to get caught.
That was one TikTok video, Lynn, and I didn't mean to be standing in front of there.
I knew it was
Yeah.
you, Justin. I knew it was you. I told him, I said, you better watch that Mr. Stickley because he's a sneaky
You're
guy.
not a security risk.
Hey, what do you
Yes,
think
he is.
about, hey, Lynn, what do you think about that whistleblower about the alien stuff? That was pretty interesting. Did you
Well,
see?
I just have come to the conclusion after all these years that people are never going to learn to keep their mouth shut.
Well, I'm just curious whether, I mean, I guess in his position, he's considered credible to a certain extent, but
Yes, he is, but he needs to keep it to himself, you know? He was in a
No,
position
it's
of
not.
trust.
Yeah, you know, we're talking about secrecy of information and keeping it clear. Do you ever think the UK government should take this sign down?
I would say
Secret.
so.
secret nuclear bunker.
Yeah. Oh my.
Crazy.
That is a proper sign, and it's actually near me.
It's right near where you're living, huh?
Yeah.
Well, at least you know where to go now.
Yeah.
Well, very few people up there in the tower are credible and honest anymore, and it's sad. This thing with Trump, they're not going to stop. I don't care if they get him for spitting on the sidewalk. Eventually, they're going to find something. They're going to throw something that's going to stick. That's
Mhm.
all they want is just something so they can stop him from running again. They are scared to death of Donald Trump.
Yep.
They just going to do whatever they feel they have to do, even if it's not right, to get rid of him.
I don't think he's going to get back in. I think the damage itself that he's done himself will have paid to that. But the damage from the other side as well, like you said, you sling enough mud, it will stick in people's minds.
Yes, absolutely.
This is why I always say, when somebody's accused of a sexual offense, you know what? Until they're found guilty, they should be remain secret.
Yeah,
Yeah.
but
The moment they're found guilty, then name and shame them and everything. But until then, because otherwise, say like I accuse Dominic of something, right?
He'd reach through that computer screen to slap you.
Yeah, but no, say like I accuse Dominic of something, right? And then it goes to court, and his name has been plastered all over everything.
Yeah.
And he gets found innocent. I still get lifelong anonymity as the blamer.
Mm.
Dominic's name has already been plastered all over everywhere, and you'll always get idiots that have allowed the mud to stick.
Yep.
That's the point.
That's because the general public wants to hear the bad things.
Yes, they do. And I can tell you there was always a lot of controversy because people say, okay, the cop arrested you for. Yeah, they can arrest you all day long. But let me tell you, the only one that can charge you is a judge. That terminology,
Yeah.
well, the police charged me with this. They didn't charge you with crap. They arrested you for. Only a judge can charge you. That was something they really, really pushed in our reports of investigation. When we did our paperwork, you better word it right. Because if you didn't, you lose your job. That terminology carries a lot of weight.
like I said, I just want to see aliens before I die. I don't care about classified
Well, I'm
documents.
sure you're right on the top of their greeting list, Justin.
I
Have you-
do. Like I
Sure.
said, I don't care if it's an invasion. I just want to see it before I die.
Well, I don't think you have to worry. I'm sure they got you right on their list.
Did Dre just get abducted? He just
Yeah, he
disappeared.
Well, it's
We're going to take the smartest guy off the internet.
Right. You're right.
Hey, Paul, is she up there? Right there? Guess what I brought?
what?
Brought the Phantom with me this weekend.
Oh,
Yay.
You got big plans?
you haven't flown that in years.
About 6 months. So I brought my hotel too, but I brought the Phantom. I haven't flown it for a while, so
You haven't flown the Inspire in a long time.
yeah, I know. That's about a year.
By the way, I don't want to scare you all, but Laura's on her way home.
All
no.
right.
Well,
Yeah.
that should scare you, David.
Well, we're not the ones that should be scared.
She's at
Yeah.
halfway point.
Are you
Yeah.
are you having a coming home party for her?
No, I'm going out.
Hey,
Yay.
No,
I'm
she
leaving
has a,
town. I'm going my
she-
vacation now. Yeah.
she has a week worth of insults to slap you around.
No, no,
for.
no.
Yeah.
She cannot abuse me, slap me, anything. You guys could throw everything you want at me, and she can't do nothing because I have the golden ticket.
Keep
And
what
poking
is
that bear,
that?
David. Keep poking that bear.
What's the golden ticket, David?
She loves McFly, the pop group McFly,
Yeah.
and I have the tickets for her to meet them on Monday.
Oh,
Oh, if she
Hey.
behaves.
Only if she behaves, right?
Yeah.
Now, what did you tell me when I told you that I was going to dangle Disney tickets over her head? What she would do?
She'd kick you in the nuts.
She's going to do the same thing to you and just take the tickets and run.
Slight issue.
Yeah.
The tickets are in my name.
oh. But what's the number up there? 999?
So
Yeah, David, but this is a very short power time for you because by Monday it's over.
Exactly. Enjoy
Your
it, buddy.
power trip isn't going to last very long, my friend.
Yeah.
she's got a short memory. She'll have forgotten by then.
It's a short trip.
Especially after Monday, she'll have all the excitement. You know, I'll guarantee there'll be at some point there'll be a picture of her blubbering next to Harry from McFly, like per usual.
And the minute she comes home, your name will be Mud.
Yeah.
Yeah, I had to buy
Like
new
if,
everything
Taylor
to go.
Swift is in Detroit this weekend. They are expecting problems.
Mm.
Oh, little Tay Tay.
Oh yeah.
No, get out.
Why? What the Swifters doing?
Taylor Swift is
Oh.
doing 2 concerts in Detroit this weekend.
Oh, wow.
They
Yeah.
are worried. And it's like $1,300 for one.
$1,300 a ticket.
Jesus, yikes!
What?
Some people for upfront tickets are paying $5,000 a ticket.
That's right.
Yeah,
Ew.
but in reality, though, it's their choice to pay that.
That's
Nobody's
right.
forcing
They're
them.
idiots. They're
If you
Well,
idiots.
want to do it, do it. Go right ahead.
It's a spoiled bunch of young rich
They
kids.
cannot pay their bills, but they can get a Taylor Swift ticket. Come on.
Well,
Yeah.
Luckily, over here we have laws that are preventing people from profiteering on tickets.
Yeah. Anti-scalping laws.
When the tickets are sold at £48, they must be sold at face value.
Yes.
When they don't,
If they're not, the tickets are cancelled. That's what
Yeah.
we have here.
that's what's started to happen now. They're really starting to get a grip on this because
Hmm.
people was using AI and little bots and stuff to
Yeah.
online, and suddenly people were going on at 9 o'clock. They're going, "What do you mean they're sold out?" They weren't sold out. What was happening was these bots were holding the places of all them tickets,
Yep.
Yeah.
and then they buy the tickets, and then the ticket touts would sell them on the reseller sites.
Yeah,
Yeah.
there's scalper bots. They do that too. They did that with the PS5 too when it got released. They were buying up the minute Walmart would release like another 1,000 systems. These bots would be instantaneously buying them faster than somebody could click the purchase button on their computer.
Mhm.
And then they were turning around selling them on eBay for twice as much.
It sounds like some guy that was buying all these drones from Walmart, if I remember correctly.
Who was that?
Who, Paul?
I think that's who it was.
I mean, the ones that never showed up.
Yeah,
Yeah.
your hot steam. did
Yeah,
not-
because they caught on to your scam, Paul.
Well, they took the orders, but then on Monday they canceled them.
Well, they figured they better look out for Paul Murray.
That's because Paul's bot got in there and it was too technical and it got confused.
Actually, I ordered a whole pallet full of them. They were in, how much, Paul? We were getting the Inspires for what, $100 or something?
Oh, that thing. Yeah.
Yeah.
Well, see, we had an issue like that at Walmart back when they were doing the price matching like of Target and all the other companies. Target screwed up one day and they had the Nintendo Switches for $2.99. Well, Target accidentally put $2.99 in their
They
ad,
got him for that.
and they were trying to come into Walmart and price match, and we weren't letting them. We were like, hell no. And we're not losing, $290 on a sale because we don't have to honor that. That's just a company policy. Like, it's not a law that we have to price match another company. So we were just denying it. We were refusing to do it because that was Target's screw up, and Target had it fixed within a couple hours after they realized what happened, because it was an online ad. Is what it was. It was on their website. So they had it fixed pretty quickly. But yeah, we had people flooding into Walmart trying to price match it to get it for $3.
What kills me is people go and buy things at other stores, but then they take them back and swear that they bought them at Walmart, and then damn Walmart gives them a refund, and they didn't even buy it at Walmart.
Oh, we used to get that all the time, Lynn. We would get like return food that was a store brand from other companies, and
Yeah,
these
like
people at the,
Kroger.
yeah, we'd have like Kroger's chicken in the back that got returned, and some moron at the customer service desk did a return on it. And because a lot, what people don't realize is a lot of the barcodes are actually universal.
Yeah, universal barcodes. Yeah.
Right. The same different companies will actually use the same barcodes for the same products. So
They were
won't-
just scanning them. They weren't reading anything.
Right.
Just scan.
Now, what's really crazy is one time we were unloading a truck at Walmart and we got a whole pallet of store brand toilet paper from Costco. Now, how the hell was that possible?
Well, back at the
Mm.
warehouse, somebody wasn't paying attention when they loaded.
Exactly. That's what I'm saying. So it got delivered to the warehouse, got checked into the warehouse, and then somebody took it from the warehouse and checked it in on a truck, got sent all the way to our store, got unloaded before I was the one that caught it. And I was like, why the hell do we have Costco store brand toilet paper?
Interesting.
So that we technically couldn't do a return on it because it wasn't ours. So they did something and they ended up store using it and just putting it in the bathrooms. They were just putting extra toilet paper in all the bathrooms till it was gone.
I had
That's
that.
crazy.
But we couldn't sell it on the floor because it was another company. So
Oh, yeah.
We actually had that at Asda. Somebody didn't check the side of the lorry that had big, massive orange writing saying Sainsbury's on it. The lorry driver didn't see the big sign that said Asda in green. So they tipped the lorry and sent it on its merry way, only to then find out another lorry turned up, which the same warehouse person was like, oh, no, we've already had our delivery. No, we're not expecting you, and sent him on his merry way with all the stuff. And then that night, when we started opening the pallets to put it on the shelf, it was like, why have we got Sainsbury's stuff?
it was a different store brand.
Completely different store, different brand.
That's crazy. See, like when
Everybody
we are,
just
But the
depends on
the
the
product is
handheld.
all made at the same place, right? So,
But the good news was the staff had a very, very good bargain hunt.
I imagine.
Everybody depends on those handheld scanners now. They don't ever look at the actual product anymore.
You
Nope.
don't look at the paperwork anymore. It's like, clearly it had Sainsbury's at the top of the leaflet. Why would you doing? But they don't. They just take it in, they tick the box right on the counter and just whip everything off the back of the lorry. I mean, when he pulled the back door down, when he finished, surely he should have seen the Sainsbury's logo.
Or you put a brick in the box and say product was defective.
Curtis.
what's up, Curtis?
Oh my God, Curtis! Oh,
Yay.
Hey, Curtis.
Saved the day. Wow, geez, we're lucky. Hey, Curtis, what are you unboxing today? Another ROV?
Hmm.
Oh, and the other news is the doctors have increased my medication again, and now I have to take 33 tablets a day.
Oh my God.
It's just,
Jeez.
if I was a dog, they'd have put me down years ago.
How
Uh-oh.
often do you have to take them?
Uh-oh.
Oh, it's getting ridiculous now because some you've got to take half an hour before breakfast. Some you've got to take with your breakfast.
Hey, Sam.
Hey,
And-
Sam, how you doing?
You've got others that you've got to take an hour after breakfast, and then you've got some at midday, but they can't be taken with food. But the other midday stuff has to be taken with food, and then you've got the evening ones, which, yeah.
So you don't have to take 33 all at the same time?
No. But most of them, most
So I
of
was
them.
gonna say,
are sleep.
To take 30, to take that amount of tablets, it'll probably take you half an hour, and then by the time you finish those, you've got to put another lot in.
Well, put it this way: when I go to the chemist now, I come out with a bin liner full of tablets, not just a normal carrier bag.
Okay, Paul, go
Oh,
ahead.
okay.
Yeah, guys, just excuse me for that. Hey, Sam, yeah, I still need to have it done. I played around a little bit with the computer this week, just checking things. I shut off my McAfee antivirus, and there's a couple of programs loaded quicker, but it's still doing the same thing, even with it shut off. So, yeah, I definitely need help. But, of course, it's the weekend. I'm back at the trailer here, so, and my computer is home. But very soon, Sam, very soon.
During
Yeah,
the
what
week.
you would most likely what you need to do is go in there and remove the program altogether because it's probably still running in the background.
I don't know. But
Uh,
I like my Cricket. It used to take almost a minute to load to come up. I shut off McAfee and it comes up within about 10 seconds. Like, it was quite a difference there. I thought, oh, bonus, that's what it is.
Yeah,
But
but
then I
now
was still doing other stuff, YouTube, Facebook, and stuff really slow at loading on just searching on news and stuff like that. It was still coming up. It go really good and it stop, and then you wait a few seconds and it would start up and go again, right?
Yeah.
There-
But a couple of things you can do, Paul. One, you're not supposed to have to do this anymore, but do a defrag. Then go into your task manager, start up and see what high level programs are starting up with it.
Yeah.
Yeah. Even if your CryCut software is in there, take it out because you don't need it to start up every time.
Yeah.
That slows your computer down. And then there's a couple of programs like Super Anti-Spyware, you get free version. That does a hell of a job speeding your computer up.
Yeah.
And then the other one is CCleaner. But if you use CCleaner, use the trial and then remove the darn thing.
Well, in essence,
Oh,
David,
hello.
is Paul can go online and he can, Sam
Dad can control my computer and go take
come
a
into
look.
the computer and buzz. He goes through and changes
Yeah.
everything,
It's
fixes
just
everything.
just like things are bottlenecking or something. That's what it seemed like. So
The only thing you can't do with the remote access is BIOS
yeah.
work. You actually you'd have to have him on a private
Uh,
live stream and him tell you.
I'm not
what
going to
to
go into to do anything fancy like that, Sam. If anybody's going to do it, I'll let Sam go in there and take a look and fix whatever you got to fix. But yeah, it's all solid state, eh? Everything I got.
Don't let Paul in there to press buttons.
Yeah, I come press buttons.
Yeah.
Sam, everybody I've ever talked to that is extensive in computers has always said, don't use that crap.
Paul, don't use Paul. Yeah, I heard that.
No, but like Sean says the same thing, so does David. None of them use that anti-spyware programs. They just use Windows Defender.
Yeah.
It comes with the computer because it's gotten so much better over the years. And they do weekly security updates and patches, and they're always working on it. And I haven't had a single issue with my computer since I've been using Windows Defender.
I don't know. It's like it goes good for a little bit and then it slowed right down. Don't want to load. Like there was a video I watched the other day on YouTube. Went to comment, it wouldn't let me comment.
Yeah, McAfee will tax the hell out of your computer.
Yeah.
So what happened to Dre?
He randomly drops out like that, I think, when he gets
He
like
might have had
calls and
something to
stuff.
do with work. He had to go right away.
He got abducted.
Oh,
You got shut down by the man.
Justin
Yeah.
sent them damn aliens.
Yeah, you're right there, Sam. I'll get a hold of you really soon. I would really appreciate it. Because it's getting frustrating. Like this computer here, it's an older one. It works fine. But like that one there, I said it's a Zeus, but it's a i7, 10th generation. I got 32 gigabytes of RAM. I've got 8 gigabytes of video card. Like this thing should be fairly quick. And it just doesn't seem, well, some things do, but some don't, right? I don't think so. I don't hear the fans kicking on like we start getting really warm or something. But it's not near any heat registers or nothing.
You could have the
It's not
fastest,
warm. So
if you could have the fastest computer in the world, but you get the wrong software on there, it ain't
Yeah.
gonna.
Well, it's like a bottleneck,
Later, Sam.
Sam.
Hey, Sam.
Trump heard what Dwayne had to say about him.
Had him taken out.
Yeah.
If anybody wants to know where
Okay,
Dre,
Sam, thanks.
if anybody wants to know where Dre is, he's on the stage in a box next to the open door.
Yeah, Trump's on his way up in his airplane there to go see Dre.
Oh,
Question though, what on earth? Why on earth do you have a stage in your whole home?
I should do a lot of speeches.
Well,
I can understand a little lectern for these people, thingy, but a whole stage?
They do press conferences.
Yeah, but normal.
Paul's got one.
You see,
He carries
when
it
our
in-
prime minister does a press conference, he just gets somebody to bring out this little lectern thing, and he stands in front of it and gives his speech. With
Paul
Larry
does
the
that
Cat.
down the river all the time.
That's all old world stuff.
Yeah, and then you got Larry the Cat behind him doing stupid things.
Exactly. Yeah.
I wonder what he's making of all this.
Who's on the table over there? Is that Vader or is that a cat?
I think that's Vader.
That,
Vader looked like he was on the table, but he was actually on the floor. It's the angle that.
no, he doesn't.
Oh,
He's
we
a
need
knee down there.
Two glasses.
Did you see him a little while ago there, Lynn, standing up?
Yeah, he's so cute.
Yeah. He does that all the time.
Hey,
Now he's
Paul.
already
Vader
doing
said she'd take Vader in a microsecond.
Hey, Paul, you got Sam's email?
Hang on.
I want to get in contact with him.
Sam, run.
I meant to ask him before he
Sam,
left.
don't check your messages. So, Linny, how's the birdie doing?
He's fine.
I think he said he's just going to do somebody else's on remote. No.
He's going to be excited come Monday.
He's going to the doctors, is he?
No, he's going in the motorhome. He's going to the beach.
Wow.
Oh no.
Yeah, I wanted to ask him about
That's
some
not
games.
He loves to go in the motorhome.
Oh, great.
He yells at the seagulls.
Oh, good.
On my bird. Bloody
Yes.
seagulls on my
What are
bird.
you doing?
Now I want to ask Sam about a couple of games. Got a question about.
No, you can't play Pong anymore.
Yeah.
Seagulls are very interested in him.
I don't play those old games. They're boring to me.
Mhm.
Now, Justin wants to make contact with the aliens.
Yeah.
You know why Justin wants to make contact with the aliens, though, don't you?
Tell me.
He wants an anal probing.
Yeah.
Oh God.
Okay.
Why do I need somebody intergalactical to do that? I can pay for something like that.
Yeah,
Well,
but
that's
humans don't have the right fingers, do they? They're not like long with a big bump on the end.
Well,
Yeah.
apparently you seem very versed in this. So
I've seen all your American alien abduction stories where people say they've been anal probed, and I've seen American Dad with what's his name in there? What's the alien called in American Dad?
Have to ask Justin. I think he's the authority on aliens.
Justin, what's the
Uh,
alien called?
I don't know. I never really watched American Dad like that.
Roger. That's the one.
Roger?
Yeah.
Yeah,
It
it's
is called
Roger.
Roger.
I'm not super familiar with that show because I don't watch it all the time.
It's crap.
I've only watched a few episodes here and there. No, see, like when those Navy pilots came out and were saying they saw all this stuff, those people, those guys I took as very credible.
Yeah,
The only
because-
good thing about American Dad is they're only on for 20 minutes, which is perfectly enough time you can get away with sitting on the toilet.
Mm.
Yeah.
Oh,
The only
David, I wanted to
downs-
ask him about some video games.
The only downside is when there's a second episode on and you think, oh, I've got to go back because Laura loved the darn thing.
Something tells me you're missing her.
Yeah, he talks about her quite a bit.
I
Yeah.
noticed
Talk about her when she's here.
not the way you do when she's gone, my dear.
No, I do. Apparently, I'm a dead man from a mum.
But you know what? It doesn't matter what her mom thinks. All
Yeah.
that matters is what Laura thinks.
Laura sent me a picture of a cow. I said, why are you sending me pictures of your mum? I didn't realize her mum was actually sat next to her.
Good one, David.
I see David
Well,
has
taking
chosen
your
death.
family good books.
Well, David, I wouldn't hold my breath that the fences will be mended between you and Mama Corn at any time.
Luckily, we do have a good laugh. I'm always offending her.
Oh, good.
Well, I don't know if you're like just trying to get killed or
Yeah, but you don't know the British humour. You know,
It's different,
insulting
Justin.
people, then we like them. She insults me. The worst she's ever got on me is Northern Git. You know, but I can come out with all sorts.
the worst thing we have over here is drive-by slappings.
Yeah.
Oh, geez.
Oh, I was watching an American last night that was trying to prove that you can destroy a computer by just using your hands without earthing yourself, or as you guys call it, you call it neutralizing or something.
Grounding.
Grounding, that's the one. Yeah. And he had this guy with this static gun, and they just kept zapping each other. It was like, what on earth are you doing? I was
Well,
only
there's a lot of stupid people over here, David.
Yeah. And then he goes, oh, I'm just going to whack it up to 25 volts. And then the guy puts his hand in it, hadn't took the bloody power cable out, and he goes, what? Did I go with a flash?
We got,
Mm.
sadly, we got a
Oh,
lot of
she could be
stupid
having
people
butter
over
in
here.
the instrument.
Yep.
You see, we're lucky we got rid of most of our stupid people. We sent them to Australia.
Exactly.
Justin, I private messaged you.
Waiting for that.
Okay.
Just didn't check your messages. I'm going to write to Zoom and see if we can have it where you've got an option so you can press a little button and instead of flashing up on my screen, you know, my little picture, it flashes up on that other person. So Dominic will just see a big message on his screen going, check your messages.
That's wishful thinking.
Yeah. Have you seen my little message, Lynn? This is for when Laura's at home.
Yeah, I saw that. It's bright red.
Yeah, because she's always asking me to tell someone to check the messages.
I hear her doing that all the time. Hell, you could put that right on Paul's forehead and he wouldn't see it. Right, Paul? Isn't that right?
What's that?
We could put a sign that lights up right on your forehead that says check your messages and you still wouldn't get it. He doesn't like to read messages.
Oh,
Oh,
There
oh,
it is.
oh, look at this, guys.
Nice work, Diane.
Strawberry shortcake and Cool Whip.
Oh, boy.
Ellie,
Okay.
Ellie. No, Fritzy, go. Hey. Hello, everybody.
hi,
Hey,
Diane.
how you doing?
Hello.
Diane,
Diane is there cooking up a storm.
Diane, I've got to ask you a question.
Yes,
When me and Laura finally get round to send you all this royal stuff, because we've got you extra, we keep finding more and more.
yes,
When we get over to, once we get moved and we send you this stuff, yeah, in the bottom of the box will be a piece of paper. You don't have to read the information, just sign it and send it back.
okay.
And then you'll be my mum. Just my
That's a good deal.
yeah, just my adoption papers.
Yeah.
Can I e-transfer you some money or send you some money to send it to me? I don't know how, but I'd like to send you some money to help with it.
Yeah, well, we'll need to sort it out once we've moved because a lot of the stuff has been put in boxes and
Okay,
there's boxes here, there, and everywhere. And
okay. Yep, no, whenever you're ready to send it, just let me know. I'll figure
Yeah.
out how to get you
Well,
some
I can
money.
do it.
What?
Yeah.
I
don't worry
can-
about that. We'll get
Yeah.
it to you.
Oh, did I miss something?
Yeah.
Send that stuff for me.
Yeah.
It's awesome.
I was
I'm
writing an
eating
You
email.
missed something.
Yeah, I'm even putting in the box a 50p coin that says diversity in Britain. It's the Brexit coin.
Oh,
Oh, great.
Government invented a Brexit coin for that great Brexit big divide of the country. That they made a coin that says we're all united.
We Brexited it from you back in 1776 and we've been
I'll get
all right.
over it, you. We've been saving your ass ever since.
Well, you're a dreamer, David.
you mind?
Don't encourage him, Lenny. Don't encourage him.
Yeah, but I remember all the stuff my grandma told me.
Yeah, her grandma's from Brighton.
From where?
Brighton.
Brighton.
In the UK?
Our relatives
Yeah,
are-
right down the
Oh.
street from the summer residence of the Queen.
Well, can I just say, I rest my case. If it wasn't for Lenny's mum,
from Brighton.
yeah,
Right?
Yeah, we
this thing wouldn't have the life he has now.
Mm.
So we have been saving
Look,
ass.
I'm not gonna take this from some tiny little island out there in the Pacific, all right? Or the
Yeah.
Atlantic.
Hey, Diane, it looks like Gracie's begging pretty good.
she is. But David, we've got relatives from Brighton too.
Yeah.
Our one of our, I think a great grandfather, great grandfather, I don't know, was a gameskeeper there.
Oh.
I'll have to dig up something. I'm interested now.
Yeah, I think we've got one relative that lives in America.
Just one?
Yeah, you can keep him.
That's the best relative. You're welcome, by the way.
That's the best relative.
Well, I think it's me, right? Because I'm Laura's brother. and all,
That
you
he
know.
talking about? Oh, okay.
Justin, you're dreaming again.
I was thinking about my uncle that's locked up.
No,
And he's likely to be deported when he gets out.
you know, it's really bad, Lynn, is I've been Americanizing Laura really bad and she's been annoying the crap out of David.
I've seen that. I've listened to it.
She's been saying all these American little slang terms I've been telling her to say to David.
Well, and she loves all the American goodies too. The coffee, the soda pop, the snacks, the candy.
Oh, I actually bought some Tim Hortons coffee today in a
Oh,
jar.
boy.
Hey, Dave, are you good at math?
I'm all right.
Okay. Went to Tim Hortons today. It never dawned on me till today. I don't know why. $1.92 for a coffee here, okay? Medium coffee.
Mm.
Okay, so I bought 4 of them, okay? How much would it come to? They charge,
$8 and some cents.
they charge me $8.48.
$90.
Oh, that's tax on top.
Yeah, it's tax on it.
Yeah.
More than that. $100.
$1.76.
It should be $7.68.
Yeah.
And I bet the other's tax.
Yeah,
Yeah,
because you
gotta
bought
be.
4 items.
Yeah, I just want to ask, why on earth do you guys not actually tell people what the price is at the shelf edge?
Yeah.
In the UK, we see, say a packet of crisps or chips, as you guys call them.
Yeah.
They are £1. What it says on the
Yeah.
shelf edge label is what we pay at the till.
Yeah.
Tax is in there.
We
Well,
do that
it's
here
supposed to
too.
be that way here too.
Yeah, but in America, I believe you can pick up a packet of crisps or chips, and it'll say 70 cents, and you get to the till, and they go, "That's $1.10." What?
Yeah, he's talking about how we don't add the tax on the price tags on the shelf.
Go
Yeah.
buy a $100,000 truck.
Whoa.
$13,000 in tax.
Mm.
13,000.
Yep.
See, we're not allowed. We wouldn't be allowed to do that if they said to us it's $100,000 truck. They can only charge us $100,000.
Peter.
Yeah, not here. Our good
Yeah.
old government's gotta get their money.
Well, it's just like
Still
you,
get
you
the
buy
money.
a big high dollar vehicle of any kind, whether it's a car, a truck, a motorhome, whatever. It's whatever they're advertising, you're going to pay a lot more than that.
Yeah.
I don't get that because you could go into the supermarket. Say you go in and you're a bit like me and Laura, very poor. Scrimping and scraping every time. We've got $40. Right, we're going to spend $40, and you think you've spent $40. You get to the till and they go, "No, sorry, mate, that's $58. You're going to have to put some of it back."
That happens here.
Well, the thing is, David, is they have to dumb down that process for the other countries. It's
But yeah, you guys want to see something? You're in Ontario. You buy a brand new vehicle, you pay tax on it. Okay? Somebody drives it and they trade it in to get another vehicle. But anyway, you buy a used vehicle, they
Yeah.
tax
Pay
on it.
tax on it.
Yeah, pay tax on it again.
The
And
second
they
time.
tax
Yeah.
it again. Like the tax has already been paid on that vehicle. Now,
Yeah.
you go to Alberta, they don't do that. Because once that vehicle's been sold the first time, the tax is paid on, so you don't pay the second time.
Yeah.
But if you go to Alberta, which is still in Canada, buy the vehicle there, bring it back to Ontario and register it, you have to pay a tax on what you paid for it in Alberta.
Well, when I bought the motorhome in Ohio and brought it up here to Michigan, I had to pay taxes on it.
But why do you have, I don't understand why you have to pay tax on something where the tax has already been paid.
I don't understand. Well, they do the same thing with our salaries. Look at the money that we put into Social Security.
Hmm.
They
Yeah.
tax us on that.
Yeah,
We already paid the taxes on that money that we earned.
yep.
And,
Oh, yeah, you're
taxed
talking-
again.
Lynn, you're talking about when you get your Social Security check, they actually tax that again.
You bet they do.
Yeah, that doesn't
And
make any damn
you.
And
sense.
my retirement. You
Yeah.
bet they do.
And I thought you said you was a forward-thinking country, Justin.
Yeah.
Sounds like you're just a big scam, just
Well, you-
whirling around, scamming everybody.
Zip it forward operating base.
If you go and buy like a pre-made salad or something, you
Take
gotta
it in.
have to pay like a food tax.
Yeah.
Oh, by the way, Dominic, you know that monitor screen that I
Yep.
did the eBay thing on? It arrived today.
Oh, great.
Yeah. This is good. I actually paid for a second-hand one, right?
Yeah.
Because that's what you can put offers on.
Hmm.
They've made a mistake and sent me out a brand new one.
Oh, wow.
So when I set it up, I was like, "Oh, I like this." And tomorrow, my NAS drive arrives.
Oh, great.
Now, are you going to get to continue to use those or do they go to Laura?
No, they're going into. They're mine. Laura's getting my 29-inch monitor screen.
Okay.
I've now got a 34-inch monitor screen.
Hmm.
Because, like with old men say, size matters.
That's funny.
I don't think Lenny buys that, David.
No,
No, I don't.
yeah, yeah.
I thought Diane was about to put a foot in the food bowl then.
I thought she was too.
Go to the house for a minute, and little creepy Gracie, she was up on the kitchen table. And the master's away, she plays.
Oh, what you got in the bag? Oh, you eating dog treats again?
No, Mia is.
I told you you better quit that. I worry about him all the time, guys.
I don't know why. Mr. Perfect here.
Yeah. Come on,
Yes,
Paul, give us your paw.
I've heard that.
Right, Mia? Yes, Daddy.
He tells me that all the time.
Roll over, play dead.
He tells me all the time that he's Mr. Wonderful, Mr. Straight Shooter.
Straight arrow.
Yeah. I think he's reading fiction again.
Boy, they're every parking spot's taken down by the water.
I see that. What's coming?
Now, I gotta head out.
See you,
So
Dom.
see you guys later.
Okay,
Have
Dom.
a good weekend.
Did you actually put
Yeah.
a timer up on your screen?
Yeah.
Yeah, he did that last night. He did an hour timer and left right at the hour.
Yep. Where are you headed, Dominic?
I've got a couple of things to do this morning, and then I'm off to my football this afternoon. So
What's her name?
Dominic, I'm a little
football.
disappointed. I'm a little
Yeah.
disappointed.
Dominic, you're blushing.
You always used to tell us you got heaps to do. Now
Yeah.
you're getting so lazy. It's only a couple of things. What happened to that?
it's only a couple of things because it's a Saturday.
I gotta jump off real quick.
Yeah.
Hey, before you leave, Justin, I
He's gone.
was gonna ask him if Northeast Drones was on tonight.
Yeah.
I've
I
got a
don't know.
feeling it might be.
Give me a second. I'll check his community tab before I go.
Paul, what's coming down the river that everybody's down there?
Well, I just think every spot's full. It's just that they're all. It's
Friday night dinner?
It's dinner time, Lynn.
Friday night dinner group.
They all sit down there.
Nothing,
eat and
nothing
drink.
on Matt's community tab. So looks like he'll be on.
Okay,
Bye bye.
okay,
Bye,
Dominic.
It's too big for there.
Yeah.
Oh, it's a clock. I thought Paul was going to do a National Lampoon's Christmas Vacation sketch.
I thought he was going to be doing frisbee.
Yeah, I can do that. I got that from Greg. They give me that, Greg.
It's beeping.
Huh?
It's beeping.
I don't know.
David,
Well,
what
when it quits beeping, we'll find out if it was something important or not.
David, what time is Laura due home?
4 o'clock.
When she
About
gets
4
there,
o'clock
Paul.
tomorrow.
4 o'clock tomorrow. I thought it was today.
Because she's at the halfway point, stays overnight in the hotel. Then she'll set off back about 9 o'clock. It's a 5-hour journey. Be a couple of stops.
What, were you lonely?
She come in train or car?
Oh,
Okay, baby dear.
She's coming on a car, right, David?
yeah.
Well, is it her sister driving or her mom?
The dad.
Her dad?
Yeah.
Mr. Corn.
Yeah. They don't let the mum drive. They want to get home safely.
I say that I'm sure there's a reason for that.
Yeah, AZ, you're right. I should have known that, but never clued in for some reason. I knew it. Just
Tim's got his eyes out again.
he's lurking again.
And I can't see the chat, so if anybody said hello, I didn't
Yeah.
know, but hello to you.
Chat's pretty quiet right now.
Yeah, really, really quiet. We're down to 14 people watching.
And it's Friday night, usually it's busy.
Well, it all depends, people starting to move around and do stuff.
Well,
Yeah,
it's
it's
nice
almost the
weather,
middle
all
of
right.
June.
So,
What's that, Lenny?
do a little bit of flying
It's the
here a little
middle of
bit.
June. People got summer
But
plans.
others
Yeah.
don't too.
Well, we've
And I haven't flown in 6 months or
we've got an amber heat warning issued
We
Amber.
have an air
warning?
quality warning.
and a yellow warning for thunderstorms tomorrow. But when I look at the weather map, it says there's no rain, so I don't know where the thunderstorm's coming in.
Probably something gonna pop
Well,
up maybe.
they're supposed to start getting the smoke from our fires.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Yeah, you the smoke from the fires over
I
there.
think it's already here, Diane.
Oh. It
No,
wasn't-
over in England.
Yeah, but it wasn't too bad here. But my friend who lives about 30 kilometers away, it was like you would not believe the difference. Like it's between night and day with the smoke from the fires.
Yeah.
Depends
It's a-
which way the wind is going.
Yep.
Yep, and
Don't worry, Paul. We've got all them wind turbines out at sea. We're just going to reverse power them and send them.
just fire them up and blow it away.
I knew they'd come in handy one day.
We had one catch fire the other day, someplace just north.
Yeah, north of London up there by Godrich there, they had one burn up. Firefighters, all they could do is sit there and watch it burn because they couldn't reach it with their hoses.
Yeah,
It's
that
good,
happened
though.
up in the thumb too.
When they go, they don't half go spectacularly.
Well, they got a fire suppression system on them, but it doesn't work all that well, I guess. But it's all the grease and everything that catches fire in the motor, right?
Yeah.
Did you-
Yep.
that shit? Yeah. But the funny thing is, fire department, that's all they could do is stand by in case it had fires on the ground from the, all the stuff falling off of it. They can't put it out. They got to just sit there and watch it burn because they got nothing to reach it with.
Well, guys, I
Oh,
think
what are you doing, Paul?
What's that?
What are you doing?
I'm just looking at the ship that's coming down.
What is it?
The Federal
Oh.
Yukina. David was about to say goodbye, I think.
I am. I'm going to bid you all goodbye, and I will speak to you all tomorrow.
Enjoy your last evening alone, David.
Yeah, because it's 1:43 there, isn't it?
No, it's 11:43.
But this will be his
Hi,
last
Lars.
night of quiet.
Yeah, but
Or 6 o'clock, it's
in a
11.
few weeks she goes away again.
Well, yeah, she's going out again, isn't she, when she gets back?
Yeah, she's going to Blackpool to see a niece going
Why
down.
don't you get to go on vacation?
I look after these little ones behind me, my little babies.
I understand that, but don't you get a vacation?
No, I'm not on a vacation ever.
He's on a permanent vacation.
Oh, okay. I didn't know that.
I wish it was a permanent vacation.
No word on housing or anything, huh?
No, I got a notification today to say they're having a meet. We've got an urgent meeting on Wednesday at 12 o'clock. So that's two hours before you go live
Next
Oh.
Wednesday.
on Wednesday.
Wow.
And it says urgent, and we both have to be there. So I'm guessing that we're going to find out whether they're housing us or not.
That's got to be nerve wracking.
Yeah, well,
Well, it makes a mess out of where they're living because they've thrown everything in boxes and
then you got to take it out the boxes and put it back in the boxes, and the boxes get damaged, and then
Oh, I've had to live like that because you never know where Uncle Sam was sending us.
but the meeting on
Oh.
Wednesday will
Where's
decide
Diane?
what happens with the birdies.
Where's Diane? Go bug Diane.
So why do you have to move, David?
the landlord moving his son in. His son has committed a crime and has been evicted from his own home.
Oh,
The landlord is moving him in here because if his son commits a crime, the landlord doesn't have to get rid of him because
okay.
it's his son,
His
Yeah.
son is a criminal.
and we pay the ultimate price.
That's
Wow.
not right. That's not right.
Wow. See, that's like over here, like they have those renovictions where they're kicking people out of their apartments and stuff because the landlord's going to renovate the building, right? So then
Yeah.
they kick them all out, renovate, and then they double the price of the rent.
Yeah,
Well,
well,
they're kicking out people here and then putting the migrants in there.
that's happening over
illegals.
here. However, in a couple of weeks, our government have decided that the legislation that our landlord has used comes to an end. He won't be able to use that legislation in the future. Conveniently, the day we get kicked out.
Oh crap.
I mean, talk about bad timing.
Yeah.
That's awful.
But like they say, it is what it is, and you just got to suffer.
So do you have a place to go?
No.
No, not yet.
They reached out for help, Diane. Tell them all the places you've reached out for help.
I can't. I've listed that many, but this is the local property for Essex, where we are.
Yeah.
What happened?
They do reach out to council.
They all promised to help him. They've over time. This has been going on for how long, David?
A year.
Wow.
Look at that. This apartment here.
Yep.
Yeah. As you see, they've put online inquiries only. And then all applicants must have a guarantor, which unfortunately we don't have because our current guarantor has lost a job.
Mm.
And the other property is that nice house that's been split into rooms. And for the same price we're paying now, this is all you get.
Oh my goodness.
Huh.
Wow.
And you got shared facilities or what?
Yeah, you'd think they'd take a picture of a bathroom, wouldn't you? I mean, even find a stock picture or something.
Wow.
I'm not sure anyone's going to want to use that toilet when they use it and it fires straight out the back.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Kitchen's nice.
It's like our niece, they live in a house and they fixed up a lot of stuff. And then the landlords decided to sell it now, said, oh, well, we'll sell it to you for $50,000 less than what she's going to list it for. But our poor niece, she's working 2 jobs. One is seasonal and her husband can't work because he needs a kidney transplant. So the poor, and they're only like 30 years old. And there's no way that they can get a mortgage for $500,000.
It's got that bad over here that the mortgage companies are pulling mortgages and first-time buyers now don't have a mortgage option.
Wow.
If you don't have the money, you ain't getting on the property ladder.
That's
Wow.
terrible.
And there are people that have paid, say, £1 million for their house, and now it's only worth 500,000.
Yep, same here.
Same here.
It's just, and they knew this was going to happen. The property bubble was going to burst. You know, because now the landlords are finding all these new government rules. They're selling up, which means it's flooded the market with properties. And suddenly the rents go up because there's no one renting.
Yep.
And the property prices go down because everyone's trying to sell.
Yep.
Unfortunately, those that are living in rented accommodation can't afford to buy, otherwise they would do.
Wow. Heck, around here, you can't even rent a 1-bedroom apartment for under $2,000 a month.
$2,000.
Yeah,
Yep.
$2,000 a month.
It's about £800 over here now, which is
You're lucky.
$5,000.
For $800 a month, you might get an outhouse over here.
Yeah, no kidding.
It's Unfortunately, it's the way the world's going.
Yep.
So on the 27th, which is
2 weeks on Tuesday.
2 weeks from Tuesday. That's when they come and put you out of the house, right?
So what we're going to do, we're going to do your birthday live as we get thrown out. Happy birthday, Paul. Get out.
Well, good luck. I feel for you.
Yeah, well, like I said, there's just no point worrying about it anymore. I'm just past the point.
Yeah.
He's
Well,
gone on for so
Make
long.
yourself sick, right?
That yours, Jim?
I mean, the thing is, the doctor's saying that if they put me out on the streets, I'll last 2 nights, and then
Yeah.
I'll be gone.
With all your medical issues, yeah.
I'll be honest. I don't think I'm going to see it anyway. The way I'm feeling, you know, to find out today that my lung has been collapsed for nearly 20 years and no one's noticed, not even me. That's ridiculous.
Yeah, he's got one collapsed lung that they discovered today. It's been collapsed for 20 years.
Wow.
Yeah.
What kind of a medical system do you have over there?
David, are you sure you're not going to the VA?
I might as well be. No, over here, they just literally all they do, you go in there, you say, I've got a chest pain, they'll throw a tablet at you. Yeah. All
Yeah.
they're interested in.
And then
Get you in,
shuffle you out the door, right?
in, out. Because every time they see you, the government pay them thousands of pounds for doing that.
Yep.
Here.
So literally now it's a production line. I was very shocked today when the doctor actually said, I think you're having a stroke. And the next thing you know, I'm on this bed and I've got all these wires on me and stuff. Turns out I wasn't having a stroke.
Clear. Poof.
Yeah. And then suddenly he went, I think I spotted the problem. He went, you've got a scar above on your chest. I said, yeah, that's where I got stabbed. And he went, yeah, it's level with your lung. He says, I think your lung's deflated.
My
And
goodness.
then he started listening. He said, I can't hear anything on the right-hand side of the body. And when he listens on the left-hand side, he can hear the lung working double the thing. But on the right-hand side,
No,
What
no,
do you-
no.
What do you do? Get an air compressor out and fill up the other side?
I don't know what they do. I think basically they
Probably dead now.
they do keyhole surgery, don't they? They'll put a sort of like a little tube in and try and inflate it.
Yeah.
But
But I don't see how it gets inflated if it's not been inflated in 20
if it's
years.
not
20
inflated,
years, yeah.
Yeah, it's almost like it's done.
but yeah, it depends if it's a full deflation. If it's only half, so like the bottom half is still there.
You would think it would still be working.
Yeah.
Yeah, some of it will.
Well,
But he
you would
should have
think
heard
that even
something.
if part of it is working, he'd be able to hear it,
Yeah,
Yeah.
should have heard something.
Yeah, well, we'll find out.
Okay. Hey, Paul, I'm gonna get going.
Yeah.
I got some stuff I gotta do here. So-
David's got to run too. And Lenny, thanks for coming in. You make a difference
Yeah.
there, babe.
Yeah, nice to talk to you, Lynn.
Everybody wants to hear from Lenny.
Yeah.
But,
Nice seeing you, Liz.
everybody take care and have a good weekend.
Yep. We'll see
you
ya.
guys tomorrow.
That's right.
See
I know,
y'all
it's nice seeing you,
tomorrow
Dora.
morning.
Take
Lenny,
care.
tomorrow morning, Lenny.
Yeah, right.
I don't think so.
Bye for now.
Take care, guys.
Okay.
And
Bye.
Northeast Drones, I hear, is on later, 8 o'clock, which is in about an hour.
Yeah.
Yeah.